Hi. So we just had the reveals for the part 2 of the 8th anniversary. And this is one of our new character. And yeah. Let's just start with them, okay? Yeah, I think that's good. So we got Super Saiyan, Trunks, and Gohan. We start off with Trunks, and he's Red Plus, and Gohan is Purple Plus. They have Hyper Saiyan, Vegeta Clan, Future. This is supposed to be Super Saiyan, Weapon Builder, and Sun Family. And they are game originals. But that's okay, because they're still on Future. If this would be a movies unit, they would not be on movies, so that would suck. But Future is fine. They don't need the saga. They are buffing hybrids, Future, and game originals, blast attack and defense. And yeah, they are a blast unit. But they don't buff fusions, movies, or anything. And they also have red, but they don't have a single tag with Gogeta. So I don't know what they were planning. But technically Gogeta is still not getting buffs with this unit. Because they can't even have multiple Zenkai buffers. Just like with Red Broly. Even though that guy is a strike-based unit. They work fine together because they have triple Zenkai buffs. Or double, at least, on teams. It doesn't really matter which type of damage dealers they are. But this guy could have Gogeta, but I mean they are not sharing any tags. Like it's not. This is really just, yeah, fuck it, leader slot one of them. Deal with it. Attack a buff. Okay, but whatever. Let's move on. On activation, they do 20% extra damage, same with blast, and also they have armor break. They hold one armor break card, which is great. It's only one though. They still haven't gone back to the way Ultra Gohan was. But yeah, one armor break. That's nice. Blue card, key and special move damage, but they don't nullify endurance. They only do it when it's enhanced. But then it's uncancelable at least, so it's great. And then they also cancel buff effects. So for example, Yellow Goku Black's type neutral is not an issue. He's gonna go back to being a yellow unit. But this is only when enhanced. Green card, draw a card, heal, key, ally subcon -2. That's good. And then enemy at restoration -50%. And then all enemy damage received +40. Why couldn't this be all enemy? I understand that you could do 2 of these and it would be a -100% enemy health restoration, but I don't think that's too OP. Gogeta, for example, is immune to all these when his gauge is full. So a lot of units would be. And also we need to get rid of the timer count meta, so I don't think this would have been too OP to give all enemy. But it's fine. Moving on. Switchability. You switch into Gohan, you draw a card, heal, key, overdrive gauge +15%. This is really nice. And then this is when you enhance your blue card and also legend action, but we'll get to that. So when you switch, then you get 1 enhanced blue card. So if, for example, after that you switch out and you come back with them and then do a blue card without switching because you want to keep your type advantage or something, this is not going to nullify endurance. And not because they removed your buffs, but because it straight up just doesn't have it. But if it is enhanced, it's really good. I've gotta give them that. When it's enhanced, it's a very good blue card. Starter ability. damage plus 360, damage guard 310, key recovery 30, draw speed plus 1, and sub counts on switch -1. So they immediately just have 9 to their sub counts at all times. That's great. Unique ability. On battlefield entry, they draw a card, health 15, key 30, switch gauge to 3. Can't talk. Switch gauge. Whew, okay, wait. Switch gauge 30%. Yeah. This is really good. And they nullify, they go type neutral defensively. On every. Well, no. Wait, how does this work? On the third striker blaster it's used, but it says uses shared between Trunks and Gohan, but then it says they reset on switch. That probably means when they switch out, right? Hopefully, because then it doesn't make sense. But yeah, it resets on switch and an area change. After the third card, they get another card, and they get key. After arts use, if key is 30 or more, they fill their switch gauge even more. They get damage guard penetration 30%. That's really good. And cover no for 2 counts. And they don't have it innately. And this is after the arts is used. They have to stay in above 30. They only get 30 key on entry, mind you. So a lot of times you're comboing someone, they are removing your key. So you are at 0 key, or 10, or whatever. You switch into them, you're at now 30 or 40 key. Unless you use a card that has 9 cost, you don't have cover null. And if you're at 30 key, you straight up doesn't matter. Your card is not gonna free. Your card is not gonna be free. You just straight up don't get cover null. And even when you do, it's for 2 counts. There are times when 2 counts mean you can't even chain 2 cards. We saw that with Trunks and Vegeta, the yellow one, DLF. I don't know. This is really weird. Whatever. Okay. When hit by enemy arts, this resets on switch or when unit gauge is full. They destroy 1 card 2 times. This is interesting. I feel like this is better than just straight up destroying 2 cards. Because sometimes you destroy the 2 cards, people switch and then they just continue the combo. But if you destroy 1 card 2 times, sometimes they only have 1 card. You destroy that, they switch, and then again you destroy a card. So this is really interesting. It's not necessarily better or worse than destroying 2 cards, it's just different. Different use case. They also seal enemy rush for 5 counts. That's good, and it resets on switch obviously, and unique gauge full, okay. And then all enemy draw speed -2. That's good. That's good. Some people are immune to it, sure, but like, that's good. All enemies. If health is 50% or lower, after hit by an enemy arts, but they just heal twice. That's a good ability, but it's not more disrupt. It's just they heal. When on battlefield and an enemy activates a special move, ultimate or rising rush, ally subcount -5. Enemy special move, they weaken their power, and then they cancel attribute upgrades and buffers. They don't have endurance, so I don't know why they needed this, but cool. Their cover change against blast, unique gauge, confrontation type. Okay, this is a new type of gauge. It charges with each enemy confrontation. How much does it charge though? If it's like 2 enemies, that's really good. But if it's like 5, then it's like, yeah, yeah. And it is consumed immediately when it's full, so it just resets itself. That's cool. When it becomes full, they draw a card, 40 key. They gain a Dragon Ball twice, that's good. Damage 40% on cancel. Oh, so they stack the damage two times, that's good. They get 80% damage from their gauge. It really depends how much it charges, because they need to fill this twice. This is reminiscent of the supervillain Vegeta. He needed to get 2 overdrives for 90% of his damage. That took a while. He did charge overdrive, so it wasn't that bad, but it still wasn't frame 1, it still took a while. It really depends how much this charges each time. And then they cancel attribute downgrades, and oh, they team heal. It really depends on this gauge, right? These effects are good, but also they don't get cover null here either. They didn't get cover null on the green. They didn't get cover null anywhere, except if they are above 30 key after they use the card. So you get this 40 key, for example, when somebody just removed your key and then they switch. Now you're at 40 key, or 50, maybe for 1 card. You can combo more. But what if you don't even have the cover null because you didn't stay above 30 key? Then they just disrupt your combo. I don't know. Seems weird. Legend action, it's from the low area. Nullify endurance for 5 counts, huh? It is cancelable, but it's on the legend action. So that quick attack legend action hit itself can go through endurance, and that's not cover changeable. It's not a big damage, but a lot of the times you just quick attack to get rid of the endurance, right? They just straight up don't care about that. Okay. And when it's enhanced, meaning after they switched from Gohan to Trunks or Trunks to Gohan, they get a guaranteed blue, which, if they do these together, has uncancelable endurance nullification and 40 key for the blue. If this is not enhanced, they just have this, which can be removed, but they still have it. That's nice, I guess. And 5 counts means you can legend action, do it, and then maybe, I don't know, perfect vanish and then rush, and then go through endurance or something, or just hit somebody with strike or blast, or maybe just do the legend action blast card, they armor through it, and then maybe just they just die to it. This legend action and the enhanced blue card are really strong, and the gauge depending on how fast it feels. But this, the cover null condition, I'm really not sold by. And also the fact that they are blast based on hybrids, when hybrids is strike based. Future is blast based, strike based too. So both of these teams are strike based. Game originals, well, it depends. I'm pretty sure the Shallet is blast based, so them together is fine. I guess Shallet you can use whichever you want, so you can just use a blast based Shallet. But Shallet is not good enough. I'm just gonna say that much. So yeah, he supports, but that's all he does. He's not good enough. And if you use Goku and Bardock, which again they're not good enough, they are a strike based unit. So you can use this guy, Shallet, and Gogeta on leader, but that's a leader slot team, which it is what it is, but it's none of these teams. So technically Gogeta buff, but not really. They look really cool though. Their models and animations, I really like them. So that's cool. And they're a fun unit. And they're a hybrid buff. Finally. That's great. But like I said, hybrids is strike base, so whatever. I don't know. It's really this. This is the only thing I'm not really a fan of. This whole thing. The effects are great. The condition is not. The condition is really, well, for lack of a better word, shit. I mean, yeah. Whatever. So this is the second of the two characters that is coming out tomorrow for 8th anniversary part 2. Super Saiyan God Shallet. A story unit. As a summonable unit. With what it looks like, the same model, same animations, some new ones. But for example, his blue card is the exact same, just added the legend white background and paintbrush effects on it. Yeah, sure, man. Sure. Let me summon for the game original. Not game original, sorry, that's a wrong word. Story unit. Because game original can be good. This is a game original. This is a story unit. And it's not even a new story unit. This guy in the story first debuted, I think, 3 years ago or something like that. At that point, if they gave him as a summonable unit, maybe, sure, fusion hype, I guess. But even then, I would have said no. Because we already have the story units, and all of them are free to play. Shallet is even getting new forms. He became a Sparking. He is a plat equipment. Why can't we just do that for the other ones? Why is Shallet summonable? Why can't he just be a free-to-play unit put into coin shop like everybody else, or as a free-to-play event? Or at the very least, if you make him summonable after 3 years, give 1 copy for free. Or if not even a full copy, they are doing what they did for Legend Rosé and Ultra Full Power Frieza, that they're giving 1000 free Z power after you get the copy. If you don't have your first copy, you're not getting that 1000 Z power. If they would have at least given that for this unit specifically, because he is a story unit, and you would have just had him at 3 stars for free. Sure, man, if you really like him, summon for him. Fine. But they didn't. He doesn't even have the 3 times raids that Frieza had or something. He doesn't even have a Sparking unit on his banner. There's a new Sparking superhero Pan that's coming out. She's on their banner. That's cool. Why isn't she on his banner as well? He has a supporter. A story supporter, mind you. Again, it's Jaco and Bulma. Why is there no Sparking on it? If they don't want to make a second Sparking, just put Pan on your banner as well. Why not? I really don't understand. I really don't. And like I said, if you want to make him summonable, sure. But give that 1000 Z power or a full fucking copy for free. And everyone would be happy. Or if you don't do any of these, just make it a brand new unit. Even the art is, I believe, 99% the same as the 6th year fusing blue Gogeta's heart. So like, I don't understand. I really don't. Let's get into the kid. He's green plus Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God, Fusion Warrior, God Key Fusion, Game Originals. And he is, I don't know if it says it here, but he is blast based. So he is a direct buff to Gogeta Blue. He's also buffing Fusion Warriors and God Key and blast attacks, the ability. So this guy is a direct buff to fusions, or not fusions, to Gogeta Blue specifically. Because fusions other than Gogeta Blue is strike based. So it's really just a buff to Gogeta itself, or himself. Strike. This is not all enemy? Why is this not all enemy? He has the same thing here. Okay, whatever. Oh, this is a long blue card. Blue card, 50% damage, that's good. Also destroys all special move arts in hand and activates a number of the following effects at random equal to the number of arts destroyed plus 1. Activate a number of the following effects at random equal to the number of arts destroyed plus 1. So if he doesn't destroy a special move art, he doesn't activate any of these? Am I reading that correctly? Because how many times are you really going to have a blue card? I mean, when are you going to have 2 blue cards? You might. He does give a blue card with his green, but I mean, it's not going to be really often. So most of the time, you're just going to see this. But okay, let's assume you have one. You have a 100% chance to faint. This looks cool, but there's 4 effects. So even if you destroy a card, wait, actually number of the following effects plus 1. So it immediately activates 2 if you destroy 1 blue. Okay. So you have a 50% chance to faint. Because you have 4, right? You have a 50% chance to faint if you destroy a blue card with it. If you don't, then none of these activate. That's what I'm reading. I might be wrong, but that's what I'm reading. But let's just assume a good scenario. You destroy 1. You get 50% damage and you get 2 of the following. So you basically have 50% chance to faint. You get 50% damage by penetration. That could be really cool if he gets it, but you don't know. It's not reliable. Limit healing to 60%. This is what Ultra Super Saiyan Future Trunks does. This is good. Sort of hope. This is good. For 40 counts, but you don't know if you're getting this. And then this is godly. You lock the enemy in. But the thing is, even if you destroy a blue card with this and you activate 2 effects, this is a 50% chance. Am I gonna lock in the unit or am I not? You don't know. Which you would argue, oh, you just have to look at it as a plus. I mean, sure. Okay. But I kind of like my units to be reliable, that I know when I click a blue, this is gonna happen. This seems fun, don't get me wrong, this seems fun. But like getting extra damage is not the same as getting a feint. Getting a feint can win you matches. Locking the enemy in can win you matches. Limiting the enemy healing to 60%, and that's good. Same with the damage. These are good, but these are not game-changing mechanics. The damage can help you win the game by killing that specific unit. But, like, compared to Faint and no switching, these are not even close. Okay, but it's a fun blue card. Green gives you a blue and a card, so it gives you 2 cards basically, a blue and a random card. 50 key, unique gauge plus 10%, damage plus 30%, cover null, and protect hand. That's good. Ultimate, supreme damage, ultimate damage plus 50%, nullifies endurance, seals enemy melee abilities on hit, and on a subcount plus 3. That's interesting, so you can hit them, and if they don't die, make them vanish quickly and rush. Could be interesting, or overdrive. Main ability, destroy a card to draw an ultimate, that's good. He gets it in his hand immediately. 30% health, key plus 50. Overdrive gate charge rate plus 50% for 20 counts. I mean, this is really good, but it's only for 20 counts. And it's when you pop your main, which most of the time you're just going to do your ultimate. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's an extra ability. It's good. I can't really say it's bad. It's just not as good as it sounds. But it can help if you actually utilize it in the 20 counts. Cancel attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Good. Damage 340, but he supports ally damage, which is unconditional. That's really good. So 360. Damage guard 290, key recovery 70, draw speed plus 1. Oh, he got the old god key effect. Nullify attribute downgrades up to 3 times and abnormal conditions up to 3 times. The abnormal condition one is really good. The downgrade one, it's gonna get rid of really easily. Endurance plus 50%. That's good. On battlefield entry, draw a card, health plus 10%, key plus 40, cover null for 5 counts, and destroy 1 enemy card and all enemy draw speed minus 1. Okay, so that's defensive. That's good. Ban on battlefield, area change, or when enemy switches. Draw a card. Oh, no. Ban on battlefield, that's separate. And then when area change or when enemy switches. You draw a card, resets and switch, damage plus 30 and enemy key minus 20. That's good defensively. It's really annoying when you switch and you don't get key back, or not as much as you thought. That's really good. Also, if element disadvantage, when you area change or the enemy switches, you switch to light element and you gain damage. This is interesting, but this is just type neutral. This is just glorified type neutral. It's the same thing. When on battlefield, an enemy uses Vanishing Step, plus 20 key and seal enemy special arts. That's really good. We don't have AoE green units now, but that's still really good. It's good against stop times too, because they can't catch you in a sidestep with it. But it's really amazing against the AoE greens, but we just don't have any of those. Well, FSK Gohan is on featured boost, the blue one. He has an AoE green. While undefeated, an enemy activates Ultimate or Rising Rush. Health Restoration plus 100%, subcount minus 5, and cancel enemy buff back to 10. Health Restoration plus 100% is interesting because that means his 50% endurance, if it gets popped by this Ultimate or Rising Rush, is 100% endurance? So it's basically like 100% revive? That's really interesting. That is really cool. While not defeated, if at element disadvantage an enemy activates special move, ultimate, or rising rush, he goes type neutral. He switches to light element, but he goes type neutral. This should have been dark, by the way, because he is supposed to be light and dark. I don't know why it's only light. But yeah, this is just type neutral. He has a strike cover change. Unique gauge is key consumption type, so like Future Trunks, the sort of Hope Ultra. Starts with 25%. when at least 25% on strike and blast arts use, draws special arts, so draws a green card, gets damage up to 2 times because it stacks up to 60%, and it's uncancelable. That's good. Draw speed +1, so it's double card draw speed, but it has to be at 25%. Okay, so frame 1, you will have this. Or if you're on defense, I see. Oh, this activates twice. But I guess you need 50% gauge then? Because they reset it on a switch. But the defensive one activates twice, so I guess you need 50% for it. Health plus 10%, damage guard plus 10%, so you can get 20% damage guard extra. I mean, it's only for 10 counts, but that's interesting. Allies have con -1. I mean, Legend Rose does this unconditionally forever, but okay, he does it twice on every switch with 50% gauge. And Wiki -25. Okay. It's consumed. Yeah, it's consumed 25% when you attack or 25% when hit by a card. Yeah. And it charges moderately on ally arts use, according to key consumed. Sword of Hope's only charges. It's not moderately charges. We'll have to see how this works, but the effects look interesting. Especially the attacking one where you guarantee draw greens. And your allies charge it too, so on every switch in with Shallet, you just draw a green when you use a strike and blast or blast. That could be really interesting. Because on a green he gets a blue every time. And he gets double card. Yeah, I mean, that could be interesting. He seems good. He also has a low area legend action. He has 50 key and 25% unique gauge. Okay. So after he ends the combo, he can just. Oh well, no, it's on the it's not on tap attack. It's on the legend action, so it only works in the low area. But in the low area, he can just finish the combo and get 25% of his gauge back. Okay, which then works on defense and offense. That's good. It's interesting. Okay. So I'm probably gonna summon for these guys, even though I kinda don't like their mechanic. We'll see how that works out. Because I love hybrids. I want hybrids to be good. But we might look into his banner as well, but I really don't like his banner. Actually, we don't know the side banner units yet, so maybe his banner is really good with the side units. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know who I would want as a side unit, but we're not really thinking about that. We want Shallet. The only reason I'm thinking about summoning for him is because we get 1000 Z power for free, so I don't want to miss out on that. And, I mean, he would help Gogeta as well, so we'll see. I don't know how good they will be. On paper, none of them seem crazy. But we'll see how they play in game. That happened multiple times throughout the 8 years that I've played. Sometimes they just don't look good on paper, but then you use them, and they're amazing. So hopefully that's what's gonna happen. If not, then we'll wait for part 3. Bye.